Ep.112 with Weston Sports Guy here on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, and online all the time at WestonSportsGuy.com. Bookmark that site if you want to get the MLB preview. It is up, it is live. Make sure you bookmark WestonSportsGuy.com for that. Get all the social media links and the links to those video sites that I mentioned, YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, all located for you at WestonSportsGuy.com. Diving right into it, it is my recap of the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft.
You play to win the game, but they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it.
Now in this recap, I'm not giving a grade, I'm not giving who won, who lost, who's going to be a bust or anything like that. We're not going to know. We're not going to know for probably 3 seasons. At least 5 seasons, really, because when the rookie contract is up and over with after 5 years, then we get a good idea of whether or not they were a boom or a bust or a great pick for what they got, or if they was worth trading up to get the guy. Whoever the case may be, I'm just here to give my 2 cents on who was picked, who they went to, what team benefited from it, what team's probably going to have to, restart again next year. Whatever the case may be, I'm just here to give my 2 cents about each pick for the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Getting right into it, the first overall pick was Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson to the Jacksonville Jaguars. No-brainer. Obviously, he was going to go there. Urban Meyer's the guy. He is leading the charge now for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is the franchise cornerstone going forward for this really unknown, you could say, franchise that's really, they were contenders in the beginning. Their second year in the NFL, they made it to the AFC title game, but ever since then, it's been kind of a struggle. And most recently, they did get back to the AFC title game with the vaunted defense that they had, and it was a struggle to score points, unfortunately, for them. And now they're kind of reverting back to a point where they need to score points and then slowly build things back up to what they were at any given point in their franchise's history. But this is a good start for them, getting the quarterback that they're going to need going forward to build that kind of stable winning culture that they need down there in Jacksonville. The New York Jets, at number 2, took Zach Wilson out of BYU as their new quarterback of the future. Now, I hope with the new regime, Robert Saleh, the new head coach, former D coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers, hopefully they can build around Zach Wilson better than they did with Sam Darnold and the previous regime over there. So we'll see how that goes with the Jets. Not really counting on a whole lot, but we'll see. At number 3, another quarterback, Trey Lance, goes to the 49ers at the 3rd overall pick out of North Dakota State. Is this the right pick for the Niners? Well, truth be told, it probably will going forward, because an unbiased opinion, even though I have what I have here, as you can see here on the screen, basically this is what's going to fit Kyle Shanahan's offense. Trey Lance, he is a very play-action, run-oriented type of quarterback, but it does work at the college level for him in Division II. I know it's Division II and everything, but he had a good run of success there. He didn't have a lot of games started, but I have confidence in this pick. Is it going to be an immediate, he's going to play right away? No. Jimmy Garoppolo's still there. If, for whatever reason, if Garoppolo either it struggles or if he gets hurt again, which has been a history with him, you do have a pretty good backup option right now. And for the future with Trey Lance, that's why they went ahead and did what they did to get at one of the quarterbacks that was taken in the first round this year. At number 4, the Atlanta Falcons took tight end Kyle Pitts. Everybody says this is hands down the best player of the draft. Highest tight end's ever been taken in the first round. He looked good in college. He was definitely the real deal there. We'll see how it translates into the NFL. You still have Julio Jones, who might get traded eventually before the season starts from the Atlanta Falcons. You also have Calvin Ridley. Matt Ryan is still there. It's a very good offense still. Hopefully they can protect Matt Ryan a bit better going forward, but they're going to have a lot of holes still in that defense. But new head coach with Arthur Smith from the Tennessee Titans as the head coach. He's an offensive guru. We'll see how it works with the Falcons getting Kyle Pitts as the new tight end. Jamar Chase goes to the Bengals at number 5 instead of an offensive tackle, and Penei Sewell, who went to the Lions later on. I'll get to that in a minute. But basically, the Bengals are banking on scoring a bunch of points with Burrow while they have him, as long as he's healthy. If he's not healthy, this pick is going to be a dud because you're going to lose your quarterback again. So it's a good combo with Burrow and Chase from the LSU days. We'll see how that translates in the NFL. If you can protect Joe Burrow, it should work, but we'll see. Jalen Waddle going to the Dolphins at number 6. It's a good, solid pick for the Dolphins. They are going all in with Tua at quarterback from Alabama. Jalen Waddle being from Alabama, they have a bit of history as teammates there, so It's a good mix, and with the talent that they currently have in Devontae Parker, they signed Will Fuller for the Dolphins. There's no excuses for Tua. You're going to have some good protection. Time to get it to those weapons. Number 7, Penei Sewell, as I teased, going to the Lions, fell right into the lap. This is perfect for them, perfect for the franchise that is getting a new quarterback in Jared Goff. He is a proven quarterback in this league, no matter what you say about him statistically. He did get the Rams to the Super Bowl, albeit they only scored 3 points in that Super Bowl, but this is what the Lions need. You got to protect your quarterback, no matter who it is, even if it was Matthew Stafford. Now it's Jared Goff. You got to protect him. Solid pick. Shouldn't have any issues with that whatsoever. J.C. Horn goes to the Carolina Panthers at number 8, the first defensive player taken at corner, and then followed that up with Patrick Surtain going to the Denver Broncos at corner. I said on Twitter I didn't expect Carolina or Denver to draft a quarterback. Proven to be right, because there was a trade a few days before the draft where Teddy Bridgewater goes to Carolina to Denver. Denver's going to look like to have a quarterback battle between Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater for their spot. Carolina's already all in on Sam Darnold, getting a trade from the New York Jets. So it made sense not to see these two go after a quarterback. They went with the defense, and plus considering Denver plays in the same division as Kansas City and that the Panthers play in the same division as Tampa Bay, you got to shore up that pass defense. Makes sense here. At number 10, Devontae Smith going to not to the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants made a trade from 10 to 12 with the Philadelphia Eagles to basically swap picks and exchange some third round, fourth round picks, something of that nature. But anyway, Devontae Smith, the Heisman winning wide receiver from Alabama, going to the Philadelphia Eagles at number 10. This is what Eagle fan was wanting. A well-known name at wide receiver, even though you can't really say much about Jalen Reagor. He was kind of hurt last year. That's not knocking on him. I'm sure he'll be a good wide receiver, first-round pick last year for the Eagles. You put him and Devontae Smith together with Jalen Hurts, hey, things could turn around very quickly in that division. It is the worst division in football, so you could see the Eagles making a move next season with Devontae Smith in hand. At 11, Justin Fields was drafted by the Chicago Bears when they traded up all the way from 20 to 11 in a swap with the New York Giants. And excuse me, I'm going to go back. The Eagles and Cowboys made that trade at 10 and 12, not the Giants. The Giants made a trade from 11 to 20 with the Chicago Bears. They took Justin Fields. Everybody says Justin Fields was the best quarterback in this class, and so on and so forth. Sure, Justin Fields got to the national title game against Alabama. Did not play well against Alabama. Granted, not a lot of quarterbacks played well against Alabama last year, but when Justin Fields' case, he is a quarterback from Ohio State. The history is not good there when it comes to solid quarterbacks in the NFL at the next level from Ohio State. It could be proven different here with Justin Fields. We shall see, but the Bears' history of quarterback guruing is not great, especially recent history with their current head coach, Matt Nagy. And at number 12, as I said, with a correction, the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles making that pick swap from 10 to 12. The Cowboys at number 12 took Micah Parsons, the best linebacker available at that spot out of Penn State. 13, the LA Chargers took Rashawn Slater to protect Justin Herbert's blind side. He is a very versatile lineman where he could also be penciled in at either guard position, but you're getting a guy like this with the quarterback that you currently have in Justin Herbert. He's going to be his blindside protector. No doubt about that. At number 14, the Jets did move up. They had 2 first-round picks. They moved up from where they were to exchange a swap and a few other picks with the Minnesota Vikings. They took Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. So a bit different here with the Jets. They're getting the quarterback, and they're getting some linemen to protect the quarterback. Smart. Very smart move for the Jets. So maybe things are looking up there. At number 15, quarterback Mack Jones fell right to the New England Patriots out of Alabama. At number 15, New England didn't have to trade up to get the quarterback. They waited, and he fell right into their lap. At number 15, is Mack Jones going to play right away? Indications are it's going to be Cam Newton still, but you can rest assured that Mack Jones is going to play at some point. If not this season, he's definitely going to be the quarterback next year and going forward. At number 16, Zaven Collins, drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. You team him up with Isaiah Simmons, their first-round pick from last year. It's a very versatile linebacker core right now with the Cardinals. That's a good thing for them. They needed to shore up that defense, as I mentioned, with last year's play for the Cardinals down the stretch. Plus, the offense got a bit complacent, with Kyler Murray at quarterback, and when he went down, the team just fell flat, and they sputtered at the end. But the defense is getting shored up very quickly with this pick and Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. At number 17, the Raiders, everybody says reach, but you got to get guys that can block. You got to have guys that can block for the running game and Josh Jacobs and protect your quarterback in Derek Carr. They got a lineman in Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama. Everybody says they reached in this pick. I'm not one to say that they reached. It's the Raiders. They do their own thing. They draft by their own rules. Criticize them all you want. This is how they roll. Even if Al Davis is no longer with us, that's the way they do things there now in Vegas, not in Oakland anymore. Number 18, the Miami Dolphins took Jalen Phillips, edge rusher, out of the University of Miami, so right in their own backyard. Solid pick. Dolphins are going to need some extra pass rush playing in that division with Josh Allen in Buffalo. Patriots are probably going to get a little bit better than they were last year, but if Miami wants to get into that playoff push like they almost got this last season, you're going to have to rush the passer and get after Josh Allen. That's your number one target. So you need to shore that up. Solid pick. Number 19, Washington Redskins football team, whatever you want to call them. They took Jamin Davis, linebacker out of Kentucky, and head coach Ron Rivera knows you got to have good linebackers from his days in the Carolina Panthers with Luke Kuechly. I'm not saying Jamin Davis is going to be anywhere near what Luke Kuechly is, but if you're drafting a guy like this right in the middle of the first round, you expect him to do good things, and that's good value in this pick, and Rivera knows that with his history from the Panthers and having those great defenses in those days and getting them to the Super Bowl one year. Number 20, the New York Giants. This is where they made a trade with the Chicago Bears. Went all the way back to 20. They took wide receiver Kadarius Toney out of Florida. A lot of people don't like this pick. Obvious reasons, because the Giants needed some help on defense. There were plenty of players still available for the picking at this point, especially for a pass rush. You can't just count on Leonard Williams every year to get to the quarterback. You're going to have to get some depth there. And at wide receiver, you added to what you already had good depth at that position, but this also means no more excuses for quarterback Daniel Jones. You have the weapons, time to utilize them. 21, the Indianapolis Colts took Kwity Paye, edge rusher out of Michigan. This just makes a defense that was already good just a little bit better. And, beware there in the AFC South. Almost said Central, confusing other sports right now, but the AFC South with the Titans, the Texans, who probably are going to be bottom dwellers again next season, and also the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are going to be improved, but you're still going to have to contend with the Colts in that solid defense once again. At 22, the Tennessee Titans took Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. He is a bit banged up going into the season, but it worked out for them when they drafted Jeffrey Simmons a couple seasons ago. So I expect more of the same here. Farley might not play right away. He'll be perfectly fine. He is a top-notch corner for this team. At number 23, the Minnesota Vikings, when they got the trade with the New York Jets, this is where they landed. They took the offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech. You're going to have to protect the quarterback that you're going with, and that's Kirk Cousins. You got to have it. Najee Harris went to the Steelers at number 24. Apparently, Steelers don't feel like they need to get an offensive line to protect the quarterback they do currently have, and you could have gotten the running back, obviously not near Najee Harris's caliber, but you need to protect your quarterback. But they went with the running back thinking all's well by getting the running back. We'll see how that works out. Najee Harris is a very good running back. He can do it all when it comes to running and pass catching, a la Le'Veon Bell back in those days. Jacksonville had a second first-round pick, and that was running back Travis Etienne out of Clemson. It's a good combination with him and Trevor Lawrence. Also, Etienne is a very comparable pass catcher out of the backfield, so expect him to get 50 to 60 catches, assuming they're going to be very pass-heavy with Trevor Lawrence going into the season. Greg Newsome went to the Cleveland Browns at number 26, cornerback out of Northwestern. That's another solid pick for Cleveland, just shoring up the defense in a very pass-happy league right now. The Baltimore Ravens were here at 27, their original pick. They had two. They got one from Kansas City in a trade for their tackle Orlando Brown in about a week leading up to the draft. That'll be later on. I'll get to that pick. But they took Rashad Bateman, wide receiver out of Minnesota. Another weapon for Lamar Jackson, just as I mentioned earlier with Daniel Jones and the Giants. No excuses having as many wide receivers as he has. Same thing's going to happen with Lamar Jackson. No more excuses. You have enough targets to throw the football to. Peyton Turner went to the New Orleans Saints, defensive end out of Houston. You're going to have to shore up the pass rush. They did lose Trey Fredrickson to free agency, so replace him there. And it's in a division with Tom Brady. You're going to have to rush the passer, so it makes sense here with the New Orleans Saints. Green Bay Packers, with all the talk about Aaron Rodgers, which I'll probably get to in next week's episode, they decided to go with a corner in Eric Stokes from Georgia. You need to fix what the problem was last year in the NFC title game, where you gave up a Hail Mary going into halftime to Tom Brady. with sloppy corner play. So this hopefully solves that problem. Aaron Rodgers is a different story. I'll probably get to that next week. Greg Rousseau went to the Bills at number 30, another pass rusher for the Bills, where it just provides more depth. It provides more opportunities for other guys to be in blocking against or being blocked by one guy as opposed to two. No double teams anymore with a guy like Rousseau on the edge. So this helps the defense shore it up a little bit there. In Buffalo, Baltimore's second first-round pick, Dafe Owe, an edge rusher out of Penn State. More depth. The rich get richer, you could say, with the Ravens and their pass rush. And then the last pick with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going with Joe Tryon, another edge rusher out of Washington. So that does it. The recap for the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft. If you have an opinion on what your team did or didn't do, leave a comment below here at the bottom of the video at YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell as well to get notified when all the latest videos are posted on those channels. You can get the links to those channels at westthesportsguy.com, all the social media links, baseball previews, recaps, and so on and so forth. Everything you want to know in the world of sports is all there for you at westthesportsguy.com. Thank you again for tuning in. I will see you next time.